Dear students, welcome to the course of Essence of Indian Traditional Knowledge. Today's topic is Upavedas. So, in our previous lecture, previous topic, we have understood what are the types of Vedas and their brief details that is constituting of Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda. So, in this lecture, we are going to look at Upavedas, which are the subparts of Vedas we can consider it as. Let us go into the details. After completion of this topic, you should be able to summarize the Dhanurveda and its uses to mankind, and you should be able to illustrate the importance of Stapatveda or Stapatya Veda, you may call it as, and you should be able to summarize the aspects of Gandharva Veda, and you should be able to illustrate the significance of Ayurveda, which is very important. Going into the details one after the other, Upavedas, known as applied knowledge. That means whatever the Veda, when it is represented as knowledge, so whatever we learn, we need to apply. So application of this knowledge into reality is considered as Upaveda. Upavedas address various aspects of health, security, aesthetic culture and literature, and civic comforts needed for civilization. Each Upaveda is associated with one Veda. Upaveda is associated with one of our basic Vedas, which is the source of knowledge for it, from where we are going to get that knowledge to put into practice or into application. So each Upaveda has got its roots into one of the Vedas. So there are four Upavedas which are classified as Dhanurveda, Stapatya Veda, Gandharva Veda, Ayurveda, where Dhanurveda is associated with our basic Veda, that is Rig Veda, whereas Sthapatya Veda is associated with one of our basic Vedas, that is Yajur Veda. Gandharva Veda is associated with one of our primary Vedas, that is Sama Veda. Ayurveda is associated with one of our primary Vedas, that is Atharva Veda. Whereas Dhanurveda, which is associated with the Rig Veda, consists of the application of the knowledge of the content related to warfare. Sthapatya Veda associated with Yajur Veda consists of the application of the knowledge content of architecture. Whereas Gandharva Veda associated with Sama Veda gives the application of knowledge of the content related to music and dance. Ayurveda, which is associated with Atharva Veda, gives the knowledge of the content related to medicine. So we start with Dhanurveda, brief details of Dhanurveda. It has originated from the Sanskrit term for martial art. It includes Dhanurveda, where Dhanush is known as bow, and Veda represents knowledge, which we know already. Put together, Dhanurveda we call it as. Dhanurveda can be called as Shastra Vidya also, which implies Vidya implies learning knowledge, whereas Shastra represents a sword, that is a weapon. So Shastra Vidya, learning the knowledge about weapon like sword. In Dhanurveda, the importance of warriors in society is highlighted. Dhanurveda also narrates that a good soldier can ensure the security of the society. Soldier or warrior is for the security of the society. So who should put the Vedic application of Dhanurveda? Our ancient books by Vasistha, that is Dhanurveda Samhita or Sukraniti, or Agni Purana narrate about weapon manufacturing and its training. So Dhanurveda also gives not only the application of usage of weapons, but also the manufacturing and training in the weapons. And very importantly, the Indian subcontinent is the home to variety of fighting styles in the ancient literature. Then our next type of Upaveda, that is Stapatya Veda. Stapatya Veda is the knowledge of Vedic architecture. Stapatya can be translated as to establish, and Veda we know that is knowledge. Knowledge to establish something is known as Stapatya Veda. The five elements which are very important in this universe, that is air, earth, fire, water, and space, are the important factors in building any design or architecture. Making any architecture or any design, the five elements are very important, that is air, earth, fire, water, and space. Architecture or Stapatya Veda is linked with the deity Vishwakarma. So he is one of the famous deities who has contributed to almost the most literature of Stapatya Veda, that is architecture, which is a well-known personality, who is a well-known personality. The science of materials and constructions, smithy and metallurgy, civil engineering and textiles are few disciplines under this Upaveda, that is Stapatya Veda. Homes and buildings with surrounding fenced area cardinally positioned north, south, east and west is called Vastu. So this Vastu Shastram is also a part of Stapatya Veda, which indicates homes and buildings with the surrounding fenced area cardinally positioned north, south, east and west. Coming to Gandharva Veda, the next Upaveda, this includes the knowledge of all the art forms including music, dance and poetry. Very importantly, music, dance and poetry. Naradiya Siksha gives the etymology of the word Gandharva, where Ga stands for Geya, that is song, Dha stands for skillful playing on instruments, and Va stands for instruments like Veena and Vamsha. These are the names of the instruments. All art and literature, music and dance are considered sacred and to be used for soul elevation and emotional refinement. The basic purpose of this Gandharva Veda, which is including all the art forms like art and literature, music and dance, are considered to be very sacred, and primary thing is for soul elevation and emotional refinement. Gandharva Veda is in all the cycles and rhythms of the physiology like hormonal balance, metabolism, cardiac rhythms, circadian rhythms, etc., to keep the mind and body in tune with the rhythms of the nature. So always mind and body should be in rhythm with the nature. So that is helpful with the help of Gandharva Veda in the form of art, literature, music and dance. Few more details about Gandharva Veda. Musical instruments of Gandharvas are two main Veenas in Gandharva. One is called as Chitra, which contains 7 strings, and one is called as Vipanchi, which consists of 9 strings. The two additional strings in this Vipanchi are made for two Sadharana notes apart from the 7 basic notes. Bharatamuni on Gandharva music and Veda, what is his opinion is in his Natya Shastra, he defined Gandharva as the music in which stringed instruments like Veena and Vipanchi are prominent and are supported by supporting instruments like Vamsha and Mridanga. So basic instruments are Veena and Vipanchi, supporting instruments are Vamsha and Mridanga. Its constituents are notes, that is a swara, rhythm, that is tala, and words, that is Sahitya. Basic instruments Veena, Vipanchi, supported instruments Vamsha, Mrudanga, and constituents are Swara, Tala, and Sahitya. Music of Gandharvas. So, what is the music of Gandharva? Basically, the notes like Sa, Ri, Ga, Ma, Pa, Da, Ni. These are well fixed. The ascent and descent of these seven notes in the order is called Murchana. The first Murchana will be the regular order Sa, Ri, Ga, Ma, Pa, Da, Ni. The next one would be Ni. The last one will come first and remaining in the same order Ni, Sa, Ri, Ga, Ma, Pa, Da. And also the remaining five Murchanas will be Ayurveda. This is one more important Upaveda. Ayurveda is the science of life, generally to say. The word Ayurveda is formed by Ayu, the meaning is life, and Veda, the meaning is knowledge. Knowledge of life is known as Ayurveda. Life, according to Ayurveda, is combination of senses, mind, body, and soul. Ayurveda is not only limited to body or physical symptoms, but also gives a comprehensive knowledge about spiritual, mental, and social health. Charaka Samhita, this is one of the important Samhitas, and Sushruta Samhita, one more important Samhita, concentrate on internal medicine and surgery respectively. The details of internal medicine is constituted in Charaka Samhita, and the details of surgery is constituted in Sushruta Samhita. Few more details on Ayurveda. We consider a term called Tridosha here, known as three humors, and they are categorized into Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, where Vata governs the movement and Pitta is concerned with the functions of heat, metabolism, energy production, whereas Kapha governs physical structure and fluid balance, all these in the human body. Thus, in Ayurveda, disease is viewed as a state of imbalance in one or more these doshas, that is, imbalance between movement, functions of heat, metabolism, energy production, or physical structure and fluid balance. So, the treatment in Ayurveda aims to establish this balance between these three fundamental qualities. Based on this topic, you have few lecture level practice questions. Hope these will be useful to you if you practice them properly. That's all for this topic. Thank you. Happy learning.